Hey guys, I was able to find another Tommy Sotomayor classic, and this is probably a good 10 years old, give or take a few years. I found it on another YouTuber's channel, but this is a clip out of the video, a conversation that just kind of highlights like how the Black community is almost against itself. You have a Black man who's successful, who's trying to put out a positive message, Tommy Sotomayor, and then you have a woman who's a hit dog probably hollering. You guys are all in my comment section too. You know who you are. And so they're hollering about the fact that they're being targeted. And it's like, well, nobody's perfect at the end of the day. Do a little self-reflection and say, you know what? Maybe there are some changes that I need to make about myself. Well, anyways, this woman in particular had a short conversation with Tommy, and he kind of had her just like speechless at the end of it. So if you're here, let's go ahead and watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think.
You get mad at the title. You get mad at the generalization. But guess who you don't get mad at? Every time you watch a television show and it's a dark-skinned woman like yourself and she's overweight and yelling. You don't get mad that every time you watch a television show, whenever you walk up to a customer service counter, she's a dark-skinned woman like yourself, dark-skinned, yelling and being rude. You've never called any one of those television stations, and I can say this with a supreme confidence. You've never called one of those television stations and said, hey, I think it's kind of fucked up that every woman that looks like me, when I look at them on the television, she's fat and loud. I bet you've never done that. And every time the woman's supposedly sexy and cute Black woman, it's one of the mixed ones.
You're Amber Rose.
Yeah, you're Amber Roses. Hell, matter of fact, did you see the preview to Ghostbusters?
I don't like. I actually do have a problem with that movie, but
no.
And that just goes to show you how old this video is. He just said, did you ever see the preview to Ghostbusters? So we're gonna go ahead and look that up really quick because it's been a while. I'm pretty sure I've seen the most recent Ghostbusters. Well, not the most recent one, but the one that had I almost said Tracy Morgan. That woman's name is not Tracy Morgan. Let's see, Ghostbusters trailer. Let's just watch the trailer really quick, see what he's talking about.
No one should have to encounter that kind of evil. Except you girls, I think you can handle it.
Oh, good. Thanks.
You take that aisle, I'll take the far one.
Okay, you sweaty freaks. I'm about to save you from this. Go! Ah! Okay, so I don't know if it was a race thing or a lady thing, but I'm mad as hell. Born to be a Ghostbuster, all right? Oh, man. That's so not good.
Don't move. You gotta,
Nope. I'm tired.
No, listen.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take off. How about that?
I don't really think that's a good idea.
Nope. Going to take off. Don't piss off the ghost. Really?
Okay, so I don't know if in the last 8 years the trailer has changed or something, or if he saw a different one. To me, that didn't make Black women look all that bad. Granted, you know, she does come off a little bit masculine. And the fact that she's overweight doesn't really mean anything next to Jessica McCarthy. She's big too, so
Why?
I don't know. I'm not gonna think that maybe something has changed, or like I said, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, so I don't even remember all the different stereotypes. I'm sure there were some in there.
No, I'm saying, why is it that all these Black women who hate me have not said a word about Ghostbusters, try to shut Ghostbusters down, made Ghostbusters complain, but made Ghostbusters gotta give an apology? Think about it. If you want to talk about somebody perpetuating a stereotype, making it hard to hire Black women, dear, you're gonna have a hard time getting a job after Ghostbusters come out.
wait a minute. There are people who are actually complaining about Ghostbusters to the whoever putting it out. There are.
No, there are people like me who pointed it out. My point is people like you who look like the character. You from what I saw of you, you're a bit maybe on the overweight side, and you're dark skinned. They don't purport you on movies like you're educated, as you're saying you are. Precious, how educated was she? How educated was Precious' mom? You want me to keep going? Women who look like you are not portrayed as you said you are, educated and sweet.
Eddie.
Now, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with that part, because definitely Eddie Murphy movies, definitely even the show Martin. Remember that one character that was dark skinned and very masculine, obviously, because it was Martin, but her name was Shanae. Most of the time when you see a fair skinned woman, they are usually the love interest, like in Coming to America, for instance. You had the darker sister, who was the one that kind of had the attitude. She wasn't the main love interest. She ended up being the sex object of one of the guys. But the light-skinned girl ended up being like the actual love interest, and she had obviously more than one guy coming at her. So movies definitely feed into the idea that lighter skin is supposedly more attractive. Even that being said, she has to admit that what he's saying does have some truth to it. Like maybe in the Ghostbusters incident, maybe like I said, something has changed about it. Maybe they did change the trailer, because the official trailer that I just saw, it wasn't that shocking to me. It didn't make me go, oh my God, they're making black women look like this. To me, that's just Leslie Jones' character, because every movie that I've seen her in, she's always playing like somebody that's really outrageous and excited all the time and yelling and physical. Then again, like I said, it's probably more so, not necessarily because she's dark-skinned, but because she's like a 6'3" woman or something like that. And I'm a tall woman myself. You guys know I'm 5'10" 3/4. I just say 5'11". In my modeling days, I was actually measured at 5'10" 3/4. So I'm tall too.
Be Eddie Murphy comedy.
Right, every Eddie Murphy comedy.
No, I am fully aware of this. Black women in general.
Wait. But you guys are fully aware of it, but you believe my YouTube videos are putting fuel to the fire, but not any of these endless shows?
You were somebody I could actually get in touch with.
That's how we affect change, by going after the black guy who's doing it, not the white people who are doing it. I got it. Black men, what you just realized is everything I've been telling you. When your black ass is getting somewhere doing something, they will stand up to stop your black ass. They don't like to see you.
No, it was because you responded.
No. I'm saying, you said, but there are white dudes who literally are on YouTube right now who are making fun of black women who make those racial jokes. That's all they do. They will do skits and hire a black girl to come on their skit to act that way.
Look at
You don't know why? I mean, think about it. Shouldn't that be something they would be against? That they're being portrayed as being violent?
Yeah.
So why are there no pickets to this?
I don't know.
So he's just basically saying, like, why are you calling me out, ma'am? And I don't think that she's trying to call Tommy Sotomayor out. I think that was just an excuse to probably call in and talk to him. Every time, even though I'm considered a fan, it's not like every time I'm going to agree with everything he says. There's going to be times where it's like you're going to get some pushback from people. She just wanted to call in and talk to him because, like she said, he's easily acceptable. He responded. And, you can go on Instagram right now and send Tommy Sotomayor a message. More than likely, he'll get back to you. This was just a way to probably get a little 15 minutes of fame. Who knows?
Well, I can tell you why I know. You don't picket things that you agree with and like. Just like black men aren't picketing every time they get portrayed in a movie as having a big dick. You're not going to see a bunch of black dudes out there that's fucked up. So if you don't see any black women complaining about being portrayed as violent, you cannot pretend that black women aren't violent. Yeah, go ahead and show me that Instagram photo of you out in front of a studio protesting against it, please. Since you said
I wasn't going to say that.
You said I what?
I don't appreciate being portrayed that way, but that also means that those are things that I don't participate in.
What do you mean participate in?
I'm not going to sit there and watch movies or shows where that's what we are. Like,
so white people get the benefit of you ignoring them when they do something you don't like?
I guess so.
Mostly black movies portray black women in that way. Movies that are made by black people for black people. I can think of a few right now, like think of Baby Boy. 3 Can Play That Game. Stella Got Her Groove Back. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of famously black movies that are geared towards the black audience and show black women in that way, and they're made by black people, or I'm not going to go so far as to say that I don't know who the producer of these movies or the director is, but you can admit that there are black people playing these roles, and they know the role that they're playing when they sign up for it. They read the script, they got to learn the lines, they got to portray these characters, and if they're okay with doing it, and then you got people who are okay with viewing and going to the movies and paying to see them, like what argument is there? Get you told attitude has been, probably always will be, the stereotype, because most black women don't feel a need to change. Most black women hear these type of videos and just get offended, hit the dislike button, tell me and Tommy that we sound stupid for some of the things that we're saying, and it's like, but it's true though. Like, why are you mad? Like, I don't understand. Whenever you guys, black women in particular, whenever you guys come to my comment section and try to tell me I look dumb, or I sound dumb, or Tommy sounds dumb, all it does is just like add fuel to the fire and prove the points that are being made in the video thusly. And so then it just makes me feel like, oh, I should just keep uploading this because obviously y'all not getting the point. You're offended by everything, shamed by nothing. That whole thing, that's your stick, whether you like it or not. So you can hit the dislike and you can kick yourself in the butt on the way out.
I've just proven to you again how black men don't get respect. Because a white man, when he does something you don't like, you ignore it and move on to something you do. When a black man does something you don't like, you got to reach out to him. You got to let him know that what you're doing is kind of wrong. You don't allow a black man to just continue to do what he's doing and ignore him. No, seriously. I've asked people several times, I'm just a small guy. Why not ignore me? And they will not be able to do that small thing, which is ignore this thing that you think is BS. Why? It goes back to what I said earlier.
So can I tell you my reason for reaching out to you? Because you very easily put out an avenue to reach out to you. Like I said in my email, and when you replied to me, I didn't expect for you to get back to me that quickly or really at all.
Every email, every movie, every television show, every Walmart, every Costco has a number or email in which you can reach out to them, just like how I put one out there. Every YouTuber.
You're right. And I have reached out.
And you know something? I even put my email in my description of my channel. So like where you can go and read the about section, there's a P.O. box if you want to send me something to review or just in general. And there's also an email that you can contact with me, especially if you are trying to do a collab of some sort or you want to have one-on-one conversation. That's the best way to do it. Leaving comments, I may or may not see it.
And I don't always get a response. I've more often than not gotten a response. So you responded. So here we are.
All right. All I'm trying to say is these same people who are portraying black women in the way that they do, they're small YouTubers just like me. There are people smaller than me who've done this. There are black women who are portraying themselves like that on YouTube. I bet you could reach out to Glozell because that's how I got her. Oh, of course, but you don't know who she is. You don't know any women that are making black women look bad. You don't know them. You just know a black man who's doing it.
I know you for one very specific reason.
Right. And I'm saying you don't know any black women who are doing that. You know not one. You don't think that's amazing that you know me for doing it, but not one black woman who does it to herself on the same platform that I use. About them was randomly searching them. But before that, you said, I didn't find out about you by randomly searching you. I don't understand how you don't hear what you just said. I didn't twist your words. I repeated them in succession.
You don't understand what I'm saying to you.
But then don't tell me I twisted your words by repeating them.
Okay, but you don't understand what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying is my boyfriend brought this to me. He showed it to me. We talked about it. That is how I found out about you.
You didn't like it, right? Well, you didn't like it, right? When you first saw it, you didn't like it.
Yeah.
How did I get a second view?
What did you say?
How did I get a second view?
Because he showed me another video.
Wait a minute. Now, I know people who have seen Tommy Sotomayor and they're like, turn that off. I don't even want to hear it. Like, there are people that I have tried to show Tommy Sotomayor videos to, and this isn't just black women, it's black men too that I have showed this video to, or not this particular video, but just Tommy Sotomayor videos in general, and they're like, I don't want to hear that. They believe that what he's saying is, either too vulgar because of the level of cursing and the language that he uses is filthy, or they just don't like the derogatory way that he's talking about black women this, black women that. Not even gonna lie, God rest my father's soul. When I talked to him about Tommy Sotomayor, he was like, oh no, I don't like that guy. I don't want to listen to that. But I just thought it was interesting because when I was growing up, my dad used to say things similar to what Tommy Sotomayor would say. And he would be like talking about the way that they're acting, like in a situation where he's talking about work or like just women in general, dating and stuff like that. He would say things like that. And I'd be like, well, the only reason I even like Tommy Sotomayor is because he reminded me so much of you, Dad. Like, I just thought that was interesting, and I had to throw that in.
If he showed you a porno of a horse fucking a human, would you watch it?
Probably.
And if he said you thought, ooh, that's nasty, and he came back and showed you another one, you'd watch it again?
Possibly.
So you'd keep watching something that you find disturbing, and he'd keep bringing you something that he knows you find disturbing. That's the content of your relationship?
I have morbid curiosity.
Well, then when you think about that, you have... Because I'm a comedian, there's several different jokes I could have made right there, but I'm not.
He was going to be like, yeah, and you have also morbid obesity. She's not that big. Come on, Tommy. She's overweight. She may even be considered obese, but I don't think she's that big.
But I wanted to. I wanted to. But I'm trying to be. Jokes aren't good in some places. Somebody said that was too easy. It really was. Like I could have said it, but I'm not. The point is, you feel this way, Tommy. I feel this way about it. I don't think that I can change anything. Some of the things you say are correct. You audibly said that. Everyone says that to me. Because you can't walk into a conversation with me and say everything you say is wrong. You can't do that. I set it up to where you can't argue with me on the facts because I argue the facts. So what people do is what you say, the same thing. Not that what you're saying is wrong, Tommy. It's just how you say it.
And that's the main thing that I have heard from people. Like I said, when I have introduced the Tommy Sotomayor videos to them, even my own husband has said it. He's like, yeah, I can't really argue with what he's saying. It's just the way that he's saying it. And to a certain degree, Tommy would even have to admit that the people who say that have a point, because I'm pretty sure that if somebody was trying to explain something to him that he did, for instance, and then they were coming at him all kind of different ways of crazy, like, you MFer, you did this, you did that, blase, blase. More than likely, Tommy Sotomayor would have a hard time hearing what they were saying because they'd just be too offended by how they're saying it. But if they came at him and said, hey, Tommy, you're doing A, B, and C, and it offended me this way, I don't necessarily agree with this, maybe you can change up the way you say it. Come on. We all know that there's different ways that you say things. Sometimes it's not only just what you say, it's how you say it physically, like your tone. By screaming and hollering and getting bent out of shape, it comes off harsher than if you just said it in the tone that I'm speaking in right now. Something that he may never see as a problem, because so many people over the years have tried to explain that to him, and it has gone in probably one ear and right out of the other, because he's changed in no way, shape, or form. So that's all I gotta say about it, you guys. Thanks again if you made it this far. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next time.